Hello, hello, lovers of Diaspora TV. This is Ambassador John with you. Now, we've been discussing about toxic relationships, and today we continue with our team that we have been working with. We have Jackie on the line. Hello, Jackie.
Hi, everyone.
We also have got Sanju. Hi, hi, Sanju.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, Sanju. So thank you for joining us today for this special episode of Toxic Relationships. Now, today we are going to be discussing about personalities as promised. I don't know how many personalities you know, you may let us know, but I'm gonna give this opportunity to our panelists as we wait for one of them to joining. Rose Mbai is on her way to join us very soon. And I would encourage you to like, share, comment, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. The link is in our description on the web on our page. Also, if you are watching on your timeline, can you please share this video on your timeline so that others can also be helped? Now, this is a good day for you to experience something you have not experienced or to contribute. And if you have a testimony that you'd like to share, this is an opportunity we can be able to give you. Now, as we begin, we have personalities, and I want just to begin by saying personality just refers to the individual differences between many people from one person to the other in patterns of thinking, in patterns of feeling and behaving. Now, think about it. What personality are you? We have 4 types of personalities that have been defined. We have what we call the cholerics. We have what we call the phlegmatic. We have what we call the melancholy. And the most talkative of them all, the sanguine. Now, I'm going to jump on to our panelists who are the experts here and tell us each personality and how this personality relates to how we can become toxic in our relationships. Now, Jackie, do you want to take us through the sanguine, this person we call the sanguine, and how this person being a sanguine, how they can affect a relationship?
All right, thank you, John. Now, the sanguine. The main characteristic about sanguines is that they are fun people. They encourage people and they are extroverts, or rather they feel more comfortable when they're in a crowd and they have taken the position of like the attention. And you'll find that these are people whose strengths are they are encouraging, they are quite charismatic and articulate. And for them, they really enjoy adventure and they like a lot of adventurous kind of experiences. So you'll see that they show love easily. They can also be very diplomatic and very loyal. And their energy will be drawn from interacting with other people. So you'll find basically, when you see them, you'll find that in the midst of people, they are bubbly, they are joyful, and they are funny and entertaining. That's something about sanguines that they'll always notice them because of the energy they have, especially in the midst of people. And they have now when yes, John.
You there, Jackie? Yeah,
yes, I'm there. Can you see me?
To have lost you for a minute. You can proceed. Yeah, now we can hear you.
All right. So I was saying that if you think about the sanguines, these are the guys who are called the fun or adventure people. And they love being in spaces where people are because people tend to re-energize them, to refuel them. So they like being in groups or in a crowd, and that is what, because they are extroverts, they enjoy interaction. You'll also find that many times they are enthusiastic and energetic because of that thing of, hey, I need to be felt. And they also they have an understanding of people's aspirations. Now, one thing to note about them is that you will notice that they are very sociable, so they easily socialize, they are joyful, they are fun to be with, and they are bubbly. Now, when it comes to toxicity, we can link it up to the fact that they have their own limitations. And I will start by saying that every personality type has the strengths and the limitations. So part of their limitation is that sometimes the sanguines, they will live for today. They may not think so much about tomorrow, and you'll find that they can be rigid sometimes. Like they can find that sorry, not rigid. You can find that because of this fun kind of lifestyle, they may not be in a position to plan too much about tomorrow. And so they will find that they may become toxic, where they think that other people who do it are not as great as. So they can bring out that feeling of you're not as good as, because they tend to feel that, yes, when I'm in a space, I need to be recognized. When I'm in a space, you need to notice my energy. And so in that case, toxicity will also come in, because if you're not giving them enough attention, they can, what you would say, they would feel like you're intimidating or you're not realizing them. And if they want that attention, then it becomes quite toxic when you don't give it to them.
Wow. Thank you so much, Jackie. That is quite a good extrapolation of sanguine. These are people who talk a lot. They want attention, like you said. And well, Sanju, do you have anything to add about the sanguine?
I would like to say that the sanguines also, because of that need for attention and things like that, they may end up doing things that will hurt the other person. When we talk about toxicity, in a place where maybe they talk too loud and the partner does not want that. Maybe when they're in a crowd, they are all jumpy and talking big and taking all this credit to themselves, instead of giving the credit to their partner. So in that regard, if they do not take care of that negative aspect about their personality, then it will affect the other person, because the other person will feel like, hey, this person is taking all the credit, he's taking all the show, he's so selfish, and that aspect of narcissism, he's narcissistic and wants to take all the credit on himself, and we are supposed to be together, so why is he doing that for himself or herself? So that's another issue with that personality that can lead to toxicity in a relationship.
Wow. Yeah, those are some of the things that, these people sometimes can become politicians because they can talk too much. They're social, they're influential, but in so saying, these are the kind of people who, because of their social aspect, if you pair them like with someone who is not that talkative, sometimes the other person can feel offended. They can feel sometimes like they're being undermined, or sometimes you may find one of the partners does not like that social aspect, does not like the what we call it, the fame that comes with such kind of people. And I think for you to appear on this show, you must be a sanguine.
I also think that, John, I also think that they can be very, suffocating because they want to be recognized. So like you said, if they're in a relationship that is quiet, like the melancholy, sometimes they can feel, the melancholy can feel being suffocated. Yeah.
And we also have some good side of them. So what are some of the benefits of being a sanguine, if you may say? What are some of the benefits? It's not all doom.
I think that, yes, I think some of their strength is that they are quite charismatic, you see, because of that nature of their outgoing, and they find it easy to relate with other people. So like their social skills come almost naturally. They are quite sociable, and you'll also find they are quite flexible because of the nature of their fun-loving people. So you'll find that when change happens, their flexibility helps them to adapt easily to change. And they can also make friends easily. Something really that is great.
Yeah. Is it likely that you can have someone who is a sanguine and doesn't have the bad side? It's only the good side. Do you think we can have such kind of a person?
Well, I think we can have, but it's rare. It's really rare. And because when you are born with those things, then those elements, those negative sides of your personality, they just come, out. And if you don't understand yourself and take time to try to get rid of them, then you will find yourself, exposing those things and, hurting others in the process. So, yeah, but at the same time, most people are not really like their one personality. You could have like a little bit of sanguine and a little bit of melancholy. So you're not like 100% in one personality. So it kind of like balances off when one strength from the other personality, it will balance off the negative side from this other personality. And at the same time, as a believer, when you go to know more about the Lord and you read the scriptures and God starts to transform you, then you start getting rid of those negative aspects of your personality, because now you'll have the positive aspects, like, you are more like Christ. You have faith, you have character, you have love, you have self-control, you have joy. You don't go searching for fame when you're in that character of like a sanguine. Your life is not about getting famous and getting, the credit, but you give the credit to God. So when it comes to Christianity and things like that, that helps you out and get rid of some of those bad negative things about your personality.
I like the way you said that some of us could have a little bit of each, and hopefully you have the good side of each.
Yeah, I do.
No. I thank you everyone that is watching. I can see you, Monique, Monen. I can see you, Caroline Kathambi, and I can see you saying that you like the question. Yeah. I can see you, Mary John. Thank you for joining in. Monica Moraya, thank you for joining in. Pete Njoroge, thank you for joining in, and make sure you share, like, comment, and follow us on Facebook. Also head over to our YouTube channel. The link is on our page description, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Keep us going. And on that note, I would like to recognize people who keep us going. Well, have you heard of certified homes? Now we have certified homes. They are at the moment undertaking a project in Kahawa Sukari, and the project is called Sukari Heights. So if you want to have to own your own house, it's very easy. You just need to go to Certified Homes website and enroll yourself. Very minimal deposit, 1.5 to 1.7 million for your deposit, and you can pay slowly and have a very good house at Certified Homes Sukari Heights. Thank you very much. Now, thank you, Peter Kihara. I can see you are watching, and everyone else that is watching. Now, we are just talking about personality and how personality can affect the way you relate with your partner, the way you relate with your friends, the way you can relate with anyone. Now, we have just discussed about the sanguine. This is person who is social, influential, and it doesn't come with some drawbacks. It comes with some benefits and also some drawbacks. Now, we have other people here. We have someone called a melancholy. I have our panel of experts here, and maybe they can tell us how or who is a melancholy and how do they affect our relationship. Let's start with you. Ladies first. Let's start with you, Jackie.
Now, the melancholy, one very interesting thing is that they're said to be the perfectionists, and they're quite soft-spoken generally. Some of their strengths is that they are organizers. So most of the time you find melancholies are quite structured. They want their program to go as they have planned. So they are structured, they are organizers, they are reliable and practical. And you'll also find that they have their level of, what would you call it, quite talented and gifted because of that nature of their orderliness. Now, and they also they're keen on details because of that perfectionist kind of characteristic in them. And you find that they're also quite polished in the way they behave, and they look for creative solutions when they need to be, when it's called for creativeness. Now, one of the things about melancholies, of course, is that because of their perfectionism, sometimes they will take so long to do something, waiting for that to be that perfect. And then you also find they're moody. They're said to be moody and quite worried and critical. So if you think about relationships, you'll find that, for example, they are not very easily adaptive to change. And so anytime there is change, because of their structured nature, it sort of throws them off balance. And that can actually bring chaos to them. So even when in a relationship and there's a requirement for a change, maybe a change in plans, you might find they have become moody. And sometimes that moodiness can become also, like we said, on the other side, suffocating because of domineering in sanguine. Here the moodiness will suffocate because you don't want to stay with somebody who is always so moody. And then sometimes you'll find that now, because of that also, inflexibility, when there is change, they can become quite indecisive. It will take quite a while for them to make a decision where you needed abruptly that you need to make a quick decision. And again, so if you're in a relationship and you're in a situation where you need to make a quick decision, somebody might always be asking you, how come you're not responding? And the melancholy is the one who will come and say, I'm still thinking about it. So the other person might feel offended, like maybe you don't take care of their feelings, you don't realize that you're in a conversation, but it's because for them, by their nature, they will take time to reflect before they respond, or they are quite indecisive because of their structured nature, and they need some time to think through before they make a certain decision. So, and again, they can be critical, even to themselves, because of that feeling of, because of their nature of moodiness, and sometimes they will live in the past instead of the future, which can be quite frustrating unless someone understands you, like if it's in a case of a friend or a spouse, and one is quite intentional to realize that these are my limitations, so I would need to work on them.
Well, thank you so much, Jackie. Now, you know, the melancholy, they can become obsessive with some things. Like you said there, attention to detail, analytical. They are deep thinkers. And they can become so obsessive, what we call here obsessive compulsive disorder. Like if you arrange things in a certain way and they don't like it, then because of their obsession with their particular way of thinking, then they will do it their own way. And we have this kind of people, like for example, at home, you find somebody doesn't like the toothpaste being pressed from the middle or anywhere. Some people just press it wherever they want. But for melancholy, they would want it pressed maybe from the bottom. And if you do it otherwise, then you're in trouble. There are so many people like that we have in relationship, and most of us have experienced some of this. Like Sanju said there, we could have a bit of everything. Maybe you are listening to me and you are one of that. So it's good to identify that it is these individual differences that we have been created with, and it's not necessarily how you are trying to treat the other person. It is our temperament.
Maybe what I forgot to mention here, John, is that